Dear Diary, this is Chinese New Year Day 2, Chinese New Year 2020 Day 2. But if you listen to my voice closely, then you would have known that what happened to me these few days since I last see you, Diary. So the last few days were very tiring. I fell sick. What a letdown, right? It's a bright Chinese New Year and I fell sick. After all the preparation, after all the thoughts I put into the fragrances that I would wear, I fell sick. So when I fall sick, I tend to not wear any fragrances, mainly because, one thing, I cannot smell it because of the stuffy nose. And one more, I don't want to overspray myself because I couldn't smell it. So the fragrance that I sprayed yesterday, I couldn't care less. Okay, so yesterday was the first day of Chinese New Year, and although I couldn't smell much, but I could still smell it a little bit. So I used Narciso Rodriguez. What is it? The white cube, the white one. I believe it's an EDP, if I'm not mistaken. So that is a very electronic gardenia kind of scent. I think it's really special because gardenia is often, gardenia fragrances are often very floral and sweet and almost sparkling for me a little bit. But this Narciso Rodriguez with the, I don't know, whatever they put in there, the musk and the gardenia, it's not only floral and musky, but also a little bit lactonic. The lactonic quality in this fragrance is very, very obvious. So I couldn't really find anything as lactonic as this, other than gardenia. Other than Narciso Rodriguez white cube, the white bottle. So yeah, actually I planned a lot for my Chinese New Year. I plan to wear Jordamas EDP, which is obviously my favorite sparkling bright day scent, and also another one that I've never talked about, I've never written about in my perfume diary is Gucci Flora. So Gucci Flora is a very reminiscent scent for me because it brought me back to a time when all I could remember about Gucci was the floral advertisement, all about flowers, these tiny flowers, and this woman, this long hair white woman is standing in the middle of all these flowers, bushes. Actually, the flowers are not that big, they're small. If I remember correctly, they are small flowers, and she's standing in the bushes of the small flowers, and the wind is blowing, and she just spread out her arm, and the only sound in the advertisement is forever. Yeah. So this is the advertisement that was played over and over and over and over again as a campaign of this perfume when it first released, and I was quite young, I think. Yeah, I was quite young. I couldn't remember when it was. So yeah, so that was the first impression that I got from Gucci. They're all florally, very florally. And when I went to this department store back in my hometown, Seremban, back then, you can see everybody was flocking the clothes department, the ladies' clothes department, ladies' apparel department. And although the perfume counter is there, nobody was there at all, not even a sales assistant. So you can see how the perfume culture, how rare, how scarce, how not many the perfume culture is really here in Malaysia. So I don't think a lot of people go and sniff around like a dog in the department store trying to sniff out stuff like I do. So it all happened when I was very young. So nobody did that. It's like very empty in the department store for the perfume section. So I wonder why, everybody was just checking out the clothes and no one was there to sniff anything out. And during that time, Sephora wasn't even available, wasn't even heard of. So I took the chance and I went there, and there were only a few selections of perfume, which included DKNY, the Fresh Blossom, the Blossom series, the apple kind of perfume, the apple shaped perfume, and also the Gucci Flora. So I smelt it. For me, at that time, I couldn't remember if it was Gucci Flora or I remember something else, but it was definitely DKNY. There were a lot of DKNY. So yeah, that was the first encounter that I had with perfume. I went there and sniffed it myself. So Gucci Flora, the advertisement really leave an impression on me. And when I started using perfume, I started with the Body Shop. And there was one time that I bought a no-name, kind of like inspiration perfume by a local cologne house. They made Gucci Flora. So I bought that for 10 ringgit, I think. And it's like a pen kind of perfume. So I carried it in my bag, and I always sprayed it on, I kind of fell in love with that scent, but I know that it's not original. I know it's a no-name brand. It's a clone. So, yeah. Although I liked it, I wasn't brave enough to admit that I liked it a lot. So, and after that, I started using the original perfume, and then I always thought about buying the original perfume of Gucci Flora, but I don't know, maybe it's because of its easily availability of being copied. I mean, hundreds and thousands of clones and copies and inspiration perfume has been made based on this perfume, and apparently this perfume is very well liked by other races in Malaysia other than the Chinese people, meaning the Malay people. And yeah, often in Malaysia, Malays are the ones that I always smell. They are wearing some kind of perfume on. I think that Chinese in Malaysia seldom wear perfume. At least people around me. I'm not so sure. I haven't done a research about this. So I postponed buying this Gucci Flora until recently. I really miss that. I really miss that feeling that Gucci Flora gave to me. And I understood that whatever I was experiencing was from a clone, a dupe. So I guess I wanted to get my hands on the real thing and kind of like announce my love for it in the correct way. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, if you like something so much that you would like to own the original and announce to the world that, yeah, I like it. I like it enough that I bought a very expensive original perfume. As I first bought the Gucci Flora perfume in the non-original way, the no-name brand, and yeah, I bought it, and I sprayed it when I got that perfume sent to me, posted to me. So that feeling, kind of like, you get the feeling that it's Gucci Flora. And I was thinking of wearing it one day, and in my school, you know what? I got a whiff of it. I think somebody in my school, my colleague, one of my colleagues is actually wearing it, and I recognize it straight away. The only thing I'm not sure if she's wearing the original or if she's wearing the inspiration one, because the inspiration one is just so common in Malaysia that you can find it in anywhere, like in the petrol station, like gas station, petrol station, and they even sell all this pen perfume, the fake one, the no-name brand, for about 20 ringgit. So Gucci Flora is on the shelf all the time, very much available. So I'm not sure if she's wearing the original one or inspired version. But I could definitely identify that it's Gucci Flora. So that's another fragrance that I plan to wear on Chinese New Year, but I just didn't wear. For the same reason as Joe Demas. I plan to wear it, but I just didn't. I wore Narciso Rodriguez because I wanted to not to overwhelm anybody, not to overwhelm especially my baby, who I have to hold all the time, almost 23 hours out of 24 hours when we were going out. So yeah, I don't want to drown him in my perfume. So, and the third fragrance that I wanted to wear for Chinese New Year was Elisa Le Parfum, which I have worn even before the Chinese New Year to help me stay calm, not to get mad at anyone so easily. So that is also another perfume that I wanted to wear, but I just didn't wear. So I think in my next entry of this diary would be my perfume wish list, because now I have to stop myself from buying anything online. I just have to save the money, or else I'll be going bankrupt pretty soon. Alright, that's all. Alright, so if you find yourself peeping in, watching me talking like a crazy person on this channel, in this perfume diary, if you're peeping into my perfume diary, please subscribe. Yeah, and then you're allowed to peep. Bye.